I applied for it, not knowing if I would get in. From the start of my 4 years at Lehigh, it has been just incredible. Like, I met lifetime friends that I have now, throughout past college. Like, we're also super close. It has supported me, like, professionally, academically. Whenever I needed help, like, I had a really close group of friends that were similar to me, being first generation, Latinx, like, low income. A lot of the students in Rare come from similar backgrounds in one way or another. I got to go on a research cruise with Dr. Herrera's lab, which was in the Gulf of Mexico.
The Rare program surrounded me with people that were just like me and had goals that were very similar to mine. You get to meet different medical schools and graduate schools and programs. And I actually had lunch with a guy called Dr. Andrew Gordis, and he's from Johns Hopkins. Just having lunch with him, I, was engaging in his research, that he was telling me about. And I had no idea what the future was going to hold, because now I'm actually working in his lab because Rare paid for me to go to Abercams, and I got to meet this principal investigator.
If there were like a hotel of Alvin's path to success, I feel like Rare would be the lobby, because I feel like Rare really helped me get started with something, just having something to do after freshman year. For me, it helped me a lot, because it's hard to get internship as a freshman. The fact that I had Rare to kind of support me for that summer helped me, because I did, I stuck around, did research, but then the internship I got the following year, I believe, was because I had that research experience. If I didn't have anything that summer, if I was home, I don't know, doing a part-time job or something, I don't know if I would have got the internship after junior year. It influenced where I am today, The internship was like a geotechnical engineering internship. I saw myself moving along in that career, and that's why I'm, here at Virginia Tech pursuing a master's in geotechnical engineering.
Well, as a minority in engineering, a woman, a Black woman, also a mixed woman, in engineering, and creating like a network of like friends, and it's mainly like the support from like my friends who have like similar interests as I do, academically and socially, and have gone through similar experiences as I have. I'm working towards building software so that I can analyze hair samples, and my research that I do in my lab also relates to like what I'm doing to advance my business, because I'm doing a lot of mechanical testing on fibers that I'm 3D printing in my lab, and so like testing fibers is a lot like testing like hair samples, like mechanically. So she's helping me like figure out like what I need to do.
It really opened my mind to what research actually is, and since I'm an engineering major, kind of like let me see that research could be more than just being in the lab. It could also have like a different flavor to it, or like all the STEM fields could be intertwined with one another. So it kind of like maybe have like a broader view of how each discipline could help one another. So I really appreciated Rare for giving me that insight I wouldn't have had if I just wasn't in Rare. I was very leaned into kind of a biomedical field, which also led me to have my capstone project be with Stryker Orthopedics, which is like the #1 medtech company in the world. So through my research in Stryker, I was placed in a group that Stryker sponsored. And now thanks to that, one thing led to another, and now, that concept that we created is now being patent pending with Stryker. So Rare, I couldn't have done that without being in Rare first.
It has impacted me greatly. I don't know if I would still even be pre-med if it wasn't for the Rare program, honestly. So I think we were able to build real connections with the professors, people who could give us letters of recommendation, who could vouch for our character, which I really thought was important. I like how they stay connected with us. Like, it's not like, oh, we meet our freshman year and then the connection falls off. Like, they continue to talk to you, see if you're having trouble with anything. Looking back on it, I'm really happy that I applied for it. And the funny thing is, like, I think I got an email and I wasn't gonna apply for it because I really didn't know what it was, but I'm glad that I did. Every time someone asked me about coming to Lehigh or like they tell me they're STEM in a STEM related field, I'm like, apply to the rare program. Like, y'all gotta do it because it's just that good.
I did do rare research the first summer rotation that I had, so it was like my freshman year summer, and it was a bit outside of what I studied at Lehigh. I studied electrical engineering, and rare is more biology focused, but even though I studied something outside of what rare mainly focuses on, they still found a pretty good fit for me. So my first project was a lot of MATLAB. And believe it or not, like now at my job, it's all we do. We just code in MATLAB. So, and a lot of what I learned in that, summer research, the freshman year, really helped me out a lot with learning, MATLAB more in depth. And a lot of that stuff I still use now at my job. I think of myself as mostly a shy person. I don't really talk too much. Usually I'm not very outgoing. So I feel like the rare program really helped me find that group of people that I could get comfortable with and, get to know even before everyone got to campus, because we were there like a good 2.5 weeks, before classes started. So, I got a good amount of time to get to know these guys, and, I built really close relationships with all of them. So that was one thing that I would say really helped me out a lot, because I feel like, having that friend group is really important, just there for support and just to make you feel comfortable with, the campus and everything.
Without the rare program, I probably wouldn't have been doing research right off the bat, which is crazy. When I applied, I was like, this should be something different. I didn't really know what it meant and what I would be doing, but I did research for all 4 years. I love my research. I still have those connections. I got to meet so many people through rare, and it was something that I honestly was just like, I'm so lucky to have that opportunity. I worked with Santiago, Herrera, so like I was in his lab for the next 3 years after that. I was like, oh my god, these people are amazing. They do amazing research. Like this is a once in a lifetime opportunity. So I was just like, how could I not continue to do this? And I feel like if I didn't have that, it would have been a lot harder to find those opportunities for me. I met so many like lifelong friends because I did research and they did research. We might not have been in the same labs, but we just had that common interest. I'm still doing research now, so that definitely influenced the fact that I have a job right now in research. And it broadened my horizons as to like what I could do, and not just like this little bubble of like you need to stick to one path, or you only have one path, because research, you can do anything.
Honestly, if I didn't have rare, I wouldn't still be at Lehigh. Because the opportunities that it has given me kind of have outweighed like a little bit of the struggle of the monotony of being in STEM at Lehigh. I've kind of like pivoted and gone out of engineering but stayed in STEM and done bio, just because like I really love research. I know you mentioned Abercamps, but that was the first time I got to go to a conference and like actually present my work in front of judges and experience like the competition aspect of it. Like it negates the need for you to have a summer job, but also gives you like the work experience that you'll need in like the job market, or if you want to stay doing research, or if you want to go to graduate school. That's the type of thing that they look for, is like continued research, and all of us have that, so it already also gives us like another like leg up, and I think that's really awesome.
I had done one research experience before the rare program, and that really inspired me to continue to do research at Lehigh. And the rare program was actually one of the reasons, or one of the determining factors for coming to Lehigh, because I knew I wanted to do research, and they gave me the opportunity to do that right away. I grew up in inner city Philly. I didn't really have a great home life, and I knew I wanted to get out of Philly right away, out of the bad neighborhood that I was growing up in. I'm sure this is common for a lot of minority students from underprivileged backgrounds. So having them take us on a little early before school started was really nice. And also giving me the opportunity to do something every summer, the funding to be able to live somewhere every summer because I didn't have anywhere to live back home. And just the opportunity to continue to build on my research skills every summer. So without them, I would have I don't know what I would have done. I'm really interested in wildlife research, And every time I wanted to do research, I had the opportunity to go somewhere abroad, which was really nice. Beyond research training, Dr. Ware and Dr. Simon definitely went above and beyond in terms of teaching me how to be an adult, guiding me through all the difficulties I faced at Lehigh or even at home. I don't know if this is like super cliche, but the RARE program really was a place where I felt like I had some sort of some family, some sense of community, and I'm like not making this up for the video. Served as our parents through a research program, which I feel like you can't really get anywhere else. I don't think I would have gotten that at another institution.